Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Today I've got a very important topic for guys. I will first dispel the myth and also reveal the real cause and cure for prostate cancer. And I bring this up because of personal reasons. I have a family history of prostate cancer. In fact, about 2 years ago, my uncle died of it. Unfortunately, he lived in another country, and I just didn't have much contact with him to help him or make any suggestions. So hopefully this video can help you or someone you care about, whether you're in the US or anywhere else in the world. However, before I continue, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel right now while it's fresh on your mind, because I've got some very important videos coming out soon about this topic, and I don't want you to miss out. So, all right, let's continue on. The other day, I asked my friend how his dad is doing because his father has prostate cancer. And my friend said, hey, he's doing fine. His cancer has regressed and his prostate has decreased as well. And I thought it was great news, and I asked him how this was done. And then my buddy said, Dad is taking an anti-androgen drug to kill off all his testosterone. Unfortunately, my dad feels like crap. You know, he's depressed, he's moody, he has like zero sex drive and just zero zest for life. But at least no more cancer. Now, my friend, he's a doctor and he's a smart guy. Unfortunately, I knew this was the wrong way to deal with this situation. That his dad should not be taking these, quote unquote, testosterone killing drugs. So I then told my friend that higher testosterone is actually protective against prostate cancer, and that the real cause is an imbalanced and higher levels of negative hormones, such as estrogen, which is female hormones, and DHT, which is the hair loss hormone, and cortisol, the stress hormone, in addition to other inflammatory responses from other hormones. Well, he quickly argued with me and then told me about a clinical study using these testosterone-killing anti-androgen drugs and how they stopped the prostate cancer, so on and so forth. Well, I'll be honest with you. At this point, I no longer argue with people at this point in my life, right? Especially what I call know-it-all doctors, right? There's just no point. They will see things their way and always believe that drugs and surgery is the only way to fix a problem. So I then just dropped the topic and that was it. However, I'm sharing this story with you so you can learn from it and not blindly accept whatever drugs your doctor gives you or someone you care about. All right, so let me first quickly dispel the myth about what causes prostate cancer. Now, for decades, scientists have given men with prostate cancer these anti-androgen drugs, such as flutamide. Basically, these drugs are forms of what I call medical castration that completely turn off your testicles from producing any hormones, which is primarily testosterone for men. And the end result was a regression in prostate cancer and a decrease in BPH, which is benign prostatic hyperplasia. This is when your prostate grows. Unfortunately, a man is no longer a man. All right, having no testosterone causes them to be depressed, have no sex drive. He has a loss of muscle and strength. You have weaker bones. You have higher belly fat. You have higher levels of cholesterol and blood pressure and blood sugar and all these problems. All these problems that are related to low testosterone. However, if you no longer have cancer, right, I guess these problems are okay. And you can, basically tolerate life. Unfortunately, this thought process was and is completely wrong. You see, if high testosterone was the real cause of prostate cancer, then all the guys in their teenage years and 20s would have issues because this is the time when a man's testosterone is the highest, right? Yet, guys have no prostate problems during these years, correct? The truth is that as a man ages and his testosterone is dropping, is when he starts having the prostate problems. And recent research reveals that the cause of this is an imbalance of hormones, which is high estrogens resulting in lowered testosterone. And this is why taking these horrible anti-androgen drugs worked. They completely blocked all the testosterone in your body, and thus there was nothing to convert to estrogen. And the end result was, yes, less testosterone. And thus the thought process that, hey, testosterone causes prostate problems. However, having no testosterone also lowers estrogens and you end up having no estrogen. And that was the real reason these drugs worked. In fact, increasing your testosterone levels while also decreasing your estrogens and other negative hormones such as DHT, prolactin, and cortisol is the real cure for prostate cancer. And that's the secret, the optimal balance between these hormones. Basically, you want the same ratio and levels of hormones that you did in your 20s when you were the healthiest and felt the best. For decades, I've been saying this because, again, we have prostate cancer in my family. And now there are multiple studies backing everything up. In fact, one study included 18 total studies in one, involving almost 20,000 men, and it showed that increasing testosterone helped protect against prostate cancer. So the bottom line is that if you want to live a healthier and longer life, if you want to decrease your risk of prostate problems and also increase your libido, you want to actually increase your testosterone levels and decrease your negative hormones, such as female hormones, estrogens, prolactin, and so forth, and the stress hormone cortisol. And if you want to do this naturally, you can visit the link below in the description box and watch a bonus video all about this topic. All right, so that's it for today. I hope this video gave you more clarity. If you found it helpful, please share the help with others so they can benefit as well. And please do me a favor and leave your comments or questions below. And don't forget to click the link below and watch the bonus video on a clinically proven way to naturally increase your testosterone levels. As always, thanks for listening and have a happy and healthy day.